let me give you a history lesson. We're having fun here. I am, anyway, sort of. Legitimate rape. Ever heard of it? Let me play this little history lesson. This is an ABC News clip. I hope this works out for you guys. From YouTube, published August 21st, 2012. More than 10 years ago. 10 and a half years ago, I think. Something like that. The headline is about Missouri Senator Todd Akin, who has died now. His legitimate rape comments, and you'll hear sort of in context what that legitimate rape comment was. I've told you guys this story at least once before because a caller thought I was just being funny or something. A little history lesson or a reminder or something. Just it's a fun story, kind of. So it's all too common. It's ridiculous. His Todd Akin legitimate rape comments sparked GOP outcry to quit the Senate race. I think he was already a senator, or maybe he was a representative, Todd Akin. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, Representative Akin. Yeah, he was in the House of Representatives, and he was running for senator. He releases an ad begging for forgiveness for his comments on rape and pregnancy. It's a 2.5-minute clip. May kind of drag a little bit, but to me it's important kind of just because it's a perfect example. Epitome. It's the epitome of RINO weakness. This was during Mitt Romney's run for president, trying to make Obama a one-term president, and lame, so-called white, because he's Irish. Are you Irish? Shout out to the Irish. Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan was running for vice president with Mitt Romney against Obama. I'm so glad those guys lost, even though I was mad that they lost back in the day. I was so mad I got a speeding ticket listening to Sean Hannity. Sean Hannity was kind of riled too, but Sean Hannity probably didn't get a speeding ticket. Anyway, here's this clip, clip 11. We're finally getting into clip 11, guys. Watch and enjoy a little recent, relatively recent in my mind, history. Some of you guys may not be familiar with it, so hopefully I'm doing a little service for you for once. Here it is.
That Senate candidate who may have doomed his own campaign and created some trouble for Mitt Romney with those controversial comments about abortion and rape. Republican leaders are trying to force Todd Akin to quit the race, but so far he is standing firm and asking for forgiveness. ABC's John Carl's in Washington with all the details. Good morning, John.
Good morning, George. Republicans from the top on down are making an all-out push to try to force Akin to drop out of the race. But, George, he is digging in, releasing a new ad this morning, practically begging for forgiveness.
In his new ad, Congressman Akin says he really just misspoke.
The mistake I made was in the words I said, not in the heart I hold. I ask for your forgiveness.
The comments that got Congressman Akin in so much trouble were just plain bizarre. He was trying to explain why he opposes all abortions, even in the case of rape.
If it's a legitimate rape, the female body has ways to try to shut that whole thing down.
Those words were almost universally condemned, even giving Mitt Romney and Barack Obama something to agree on.
The views expressed were offensive. Rape is rape.
His comments about rape were deeply offensive. And I can't defend what he said. I can't defend him.
And Akin's attempts to apologize have done him little good. On Sean Hannity's radio show, Akin, a member of the House Science Committee, explained why he believed rapes don't cause pregnancies.
I had heard one time a medical report that said that it's hard to get, it's harder for somebody to get pregnant under those conditions. I don't believe that's true now. I, in fact, have checked the facts that that's wrong.
Late yesterday, Akin's family told ABC News there would be no more interviews. In fact, he didn't even show up for one scheduled on CNN.
You're looking live at the empty chair that Todd Akin was supposed to be sitting in.
Now prominent Republicans want Akin out of the race, including Karl Rove's group American Crossroads, which had planned to spend more than $2 million on his race this fall. Now the group says they won't spend a dime if he remains the candidate.
If Akin gets out by 5 o'clock today, Missouri Republicans can still get another Republican on the ballot. But Akin insists, George, that he will not quit. In fact, he is borrowing the words of American revolutionary John Paul Jones, saying, quote, "I have not yet begun to fight."
Nice. Right on, Todd Akin. Rest in peace, man. There's a heaven for a G. So dumb. You know, the overreaction. His words were offensive. Mocking Obama and Mitt Romney. No, what? That's what. That type of weakness and kiss-uppiness is why you lost Mitt Romney. Loser. He's a loser. Trump is right about him. And I say rest in peace because he died over a year ago. Former Missouri Congressman Todd Akin died, I guess, in October 2021, according to this news report from, let's see. Well, come on, KSDK News on YouTube. In the description, former U.S. Representative Todd Akin, and a conservative Missouri Republican. The Republicans make me want to spit. Sorry. I'm all heated. Sorry, this is a Christian show. That's my Alex Jones. Shout out to Alex Jones, my competitor. They always abandon the best. They abandoned based Iowa Republican guy, Steve King, Congressman Steve King, who's been on the Hake Report, by the way. Shout out to my intern who helped make that happen. And they abandoned Trump, who was one of the best. They probably abandoned, like Sheriff Joe Arpaio and, the best. Stupid. Former U.S. Representative Todd Akin, a conservative Missouri Republican whose comment that women's bodies have a way of avoiding pregnancies, and he claims that that's wrong. And I wonder if he really meant that. He probably shouldn't have apologized. He should have pushed forward. He's like, I think he said that I heard. He didn't say it absolutely was the case. So I don't know. He was on the Jesse Lee Peterson show, by the way, since that time. He came out with a book, I think, on WorldNet Daily, which JLP has written books, or many books, and some of the books, at least one, was put out by WorldNet Daily, and JLP wrote articles for WorldNet Daily, WND.com. You can check those out to this day. Although it's suppressed by Google, which is evil, as not a legitimate news source. Stupid. Anyway, he said that women's bodies have a way of avoiding pregnancies in cases of legitimate rape. I like that. Because, women claim, oh, I was raped. And they weren't always raped when they say they were raped. Believe women. No. Even in the Bible, I think that you're not supposed to listen to the testimony of a woman. Not that they're always lying, but all of them lie. Not that they're always lying, but all lie. And then some, and all men do too, but some men stop lying. Except Jesus never lied, I don't think. Because lying's a sin. His comment sunk his bid for the U.S. Senate. His comment did not do that. The RINO Republican backstabbers did it. I'm getting all heated. For the U.S. Senate became a cautionary tale for other GOP candidates. They made an example of him. He died at 74 years old. That's too young, in my opinion. He had cancer for several years, according to his son Perry, per a statement that he put out. He died at his home in Wildwood, a St. Louis suburb in Missouri. As my father's death approached, we had people from all different walks of life share story after story of the personal impact he had on them. Perry Akin, A-K-I-N, said in a statement to the AP, the far-left enemies of America Associated Press. He was a devout Christian, nice, a great father, and a friend to many. We cherish. I didn't know that he had died either, so I'm reading this to you a year and a half later. We cherish many fond memories from him driving the tractor at our annual hayride. So white, so country. To his riveting delivery of the freedom story at 4th of July parties, dressed in full uniform of a colonial minuteman. Shout out to the Minutemen. The family is thankful for his legacy, a man with a servant's heart who stood for truth. Yeah, that's totally him. And I'm sorry, he was standing for not killing the babies who were products of rape, illegitimate rape, and illegitimate rape, false rape accusations, pregnancies of those, protecting the babies. And they took him down for that. Stupid. Akin represented a Republican-leaning eastern Missouri district that included the St. Louis area, suburbs, for 12 years, giving up a safe seat to run for the U.S. Senate in 2012. Was that, was that ill-advised? I don't know. He emerged from a crowded GOP primary to challenge the then-incumbent Democrat U.S. Senator Claire McCaskill. Claire McCaskill. I can't picture her, but I know that name. A female, a Democrat, politician. Only to seriously hurt Republicans' chances of recapturing a Senate majority less than 2 weeks later. So, here's a more competent Republican, before I get back to calls. A more competent Republican. No, not Republican. A more competent politician. Clip 15. This is a little 11-second clip. From RNC Research, I'm using those backstabbers, RNC, Republican National Committee. They put out this clip, and they tweeted out, yikes. And it's Sleepy Joe Biden talking to, working union men. And I don't really know what's going on. I'll have to describe it to you guys after the fact. Enjoy. Very competent politician, Joe Biden. Union strong. Ooh.
Got it over here.
What? Okay, so I have no context on what really happened, but he's like, talking into the mic, handheld mic, walking around, being his, appealing self. He's an appealing character of sorts. And he was like, started to put the mic down, but maybe he knocked on wood. Was he knocking on wood or something? I don't know. There's you knock on wood for good luck if you're not a Christian. It's a superstition. Oh, I've never resisted arrest. Knock on wood that I don't. Hopefully I don't. That type of thing. You guys know? You guys know. Maybe he was doing that, but he did look confused and lost. His mind, his brain is gone. No, we don't celebrate that, but it seems kind of like it. It seems a lot like it. But let's abandon Todd Akin. Anyway, ridiculous. I just thought that would be nice to share.